sitting beautifully out in the sunlight. Also known as a go-away bird. And grey lourie is the father name I personally prefer. Stunning bird. You can see the sun just coming through a bit more, and as a lot of animals, especially a lot of birds, tend to do early morning, it's getting some of that nice warm sunlight. Especially louries seem to do a lot of grooming. One of the birds that after some rain, one of the species that you see very, very often sitting out in the sun and grooming way before other species start coming out. Hoping it might call for us. Very characteristic call in the bushveld. In Afrikaans actually called a queer bird, if you translate it. Queer. It's a typical call they make, and then that's where the other name derives from. Hunters used to say that these birds give them away. They warn animals that there's danger in the area. Sort of a combination of, I'd say probably most of that more like a popular myth. Maybe some truth to it. Give it another few seconds. We're going to move on. We're very, very close to the hyena den now, and we'll have a look around. But this bird is just starting to groom now, and quite often they can puff all the feathers out and shake the wings out, and in the case of the lourie, even a big crest that comes up on the head as well. So let's see if it sort of gives us a little bit of a different shape than usual, but otherwise we're going to move on just now. Let's go have a look at the den. Forward again. How do you like that, Rory? It's nice. So, those of you that maybe first time you might be joining us, like Rory is today on the vehicle here. This is our hyena den that we've been following over the last many months, since April, since we've gone live really. Had some incredible views around here. See that mother just letting the youngster have a suckle. And there should be two other young pups around here as well. Beautiful soft lights in them as well. Always love coming here. honestly, like I said, I'm surprised we're not seeing any of the other youngsters. I'll have a look around maybe at the back end of the den, or maybe some of them just deciding to take it a little bit easy this morning. Very interesting, hyena pups drink or suckle much longer than most mammals do. Anything up to 14, 15 months even, well over a year. And already at this age now, the older ones here, I can't remember the exact age, but they're probably around 8 months old now, 7, 8 months. And they will be eating bits of bone and meat and bits and pieces that the clan members bring back to the den, but still reliant on mother's milk. Extremely rich milk, very, very high in calcium. You can imagine these animals, a large part of their diet consists of bones and marrow and so on. And also, because hyenas cover a great bit of ground and they have to sometimes walk very far for finding the food that they scavenge, because of that, it benefits them to sort of keep all that food or change all that food into milk, because they can carry it for much greater distances. It doesn't get stolen by predators, so they bring that food back to the young ones in the form of incredibly rich, incredibly healthy, if you're in a hyena, milk. I don't know if that made any sense, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of sort of logic or evolutionary logic behind it. I'm surprised that the other one isn't out. Quite often, or most of the time, when one pup is suckling, the others will be joining as well, or the other member of the group. Stations and PCK is active, one Mafazi, one Pipa and Lalapanzi outside. I think like she's doing, you can see she's almost falling asleep there. Quite often these youngsters, while they're suckling, they'll fall asleep as well. There seems to be incredibly tender, almost like relaxing atmosphere around when they're feeding. More than once, quite often actually, I've watched them where both adult and pups will end up falling asleep while they're suckling. So we're just going to take it very nice and easy, enjoy the space out here. It's nice and quiet, the sun's coming out a bit more, sort of join the same mood as what these animals are in. You see her just testing the breeze there. Obviously very, very good sense of smell, maybe some of the best out in the animal kingdom. Maybe she just picked up something on the breeze, far distant carcass, or maybe one of the other members heading back into the area.